The name Shah Gathright has become unmistakably linked to the death of rapper Foolio, being identified as one of the shooters and perhaps the most careless one of all. From using his mom's car during the hit to getting arrested with weapons in his car and even attempting to escape an interrogation room through the ceiling, this story keeps getting crazier, with everything caught on 4K. Shah Gathright and Foolio's killers are now behind bars, but more shocking details are emerging, revealing just how amateurish their entire operation was. The series of events leading up to Foolio's death show how recklessly the killers acted. Isaiah Chance, Alicia Andrews, Shah Gathright, David Murphy, and Rashad Murphy traveled from Jacksonville to Tampa in two cars, a silver Chevy Cruze and a black Chevy Impala. Isaiah and his girlfriend Alicia drove the silver Cruze, while Shah drove the black Impala, which was registered in his mother's name. The internet couldn't believe the sloppiness of Foolio's killers, with one commenter stating, "These got to be the world's dumbest criminals," while another added, "Bro must hate his mom, because why would you use your mom's car to go commit a murder?" Their careless actions didn't stop there. They seem to forget that Tampa is filled with surveillance cameras, as they were caught on 4K multiple times, including during Foolio's murder. As they arrived in Tampa, the defendants began tracking their target. Foolio had publicly announced his appearances at Teaser's Gentleman's Club and Truth 18 nightclub on Instagram. Chance and Andrews followed Foolio and his entourage in the silver Chevy Cruze to both locations. Surveillance cameras captured every move at both clubs, showing Chance using a cell phone later revealed to be Alicia's. Call detail records showed that Andrews was communicating with Shah Gathright, who was in the second vehicle, the black Chevy Impala. The tension peaked as the defendants followed Foolio to the final location, the Home 2 Suites. The silver Chevy Cruze made 2 passes by the victim's parked vehicle before leaving the scene. This signaled the black Chevy Impala, driven by Shah Gathright and carrying Rashad and David Murphy, to move in for the kill. The shooters got into position and opened fire, killing Foolio with a handgun and 2 rifles. Foolio's car sped off immediately after the shots rang out, but it was too late. The defendants thought they had executed the perfect plan, but they underestimated the power of modern surveillance technology. After the homicide, the group retreated to their Airbnb, booked from June 22nd to 24th. This Airbnb was equipped with a Ring camera at the front door, capturing crucial footage of the defendants' movements following the murder. Isaiah Chance was seen stepping out briefly with a champagne flute in his left hand, while David Murphy was seen carrying a bag in the parking lot and later returning through the front door. Shah Gathright and others were seen passing the Ring camera multiple times, with their faces and actions recorded in high definition. Alicia Andrews was also seen leaving the Airbnb wearing the same clothing she wore during the murder. These images were crucial in piecing together the timeline of events and identifying the suspects. The investigation didn't stop there. Detectives used video surveillance footage to track Shah Gathrights' movements after the homicide. Approximately 12 hours after the murder, Shah arrived at a family member's house wearing all black clothing, similar to what was observed on surveillance video. He went inside the houses for a few hours and then returned outside, speaking on a cell phone. Shah was seen wiping or cleaning the vehicle's exterior and interior door handles with a rag. He also transferred multiple bags into the garage where a 2004 gold 4Runner was located before leaving in the same 4Runner. This car would prove to be the group's undoing, as it led the feds to the killer's doorsteps within a few weeks. Shah Gathright was arrested in the 4Runner a few days later, and rumors suggest that he snitched on his accomplices because, in less than a month, the cops were at the killer's doorsteps. The question now is whether Shah Gathright snitched on his accomplices. After hearing what went down 3 days after Foolio's murder, your mind might be blown. On June 26th, Jacksonville Sheriff's deputies observed a gold 4Runner speeding through the streets of Jacksonville. The vehicle had dark, tinted windows, making it difficult to see who was inside. The unmarked sheriff's vehicle activated its patrol lights, signaling the driver to pull over. The driver complied, and the vehicle came to a stop. Little did the deputies know that this stop would bring them one step closer to solving Foolio's murder. The driver of the gold 4Runner was identified as 18-year-old Shah Gathright. As the deputies approached the vehicle, they immediately detected the strong smell of marijuana emanating from inside. Shaw denied having or smoking any marijuana, but the deputies knew they had probable cause to search the vehicle. Shaw was asked to step out of the 4Runner and stand at the back while the deputies thoroughly searched the vehicle. During the search, they discovered a small bag with marijuana residue and mushrooms in the center console. They also found a Glock 19, a semi-automatic pistol. The discovery of the firearm raised immediate red flags, but what they found next was even more alarming. In the back seats of the 4Runner, deputies uncovered several bags of ammunition along with firearm parts and accessories. The sheer quantity of ammunition and the presence of firearm components suggested that Shaw was not just an ordinary teenager. Shaw was promptly arrested and taken into custody. He was transported to the Crime Gun and Intelligence Center office for an interview. The deputies hoped that this arrest would yield valuable information to help them crack the case wide open. Although released, Shaw was arrested barely 24 hours later at a local Jacksonville shopping center. The same day, Jacksonville sheriffs received actionable intelligence that would change the course of the investigation. The information pointed to a conspiracy to commit murder, and Shaw's arrest was the key that unlocked this new lead. Based on this intelligence, a search warrant was obtained and immediately executed. Detectives arrived at a home located on Jacksonville's north side. They had been informed that Isaiah Chance and Alicia Andrews were inside the home. The detectives surrounded the house and began giving verbal commands over a PA system, instructing the occupants to surrender. After about 15 to 20 minutes, the suspects complied and were taken into custody. The arrest of Isaiah and Alicia, along with the evidence found in Shaw's vehicle, marked a significant breakthrough in the case. Detectives now had 3 suspects in custody, and the puzzle pieces started coming together. The investigation was far from over, but law enforcement's relentless efforts were beginning to pay off. However, the story doesn't end there. The search continued for the remaining suspects, with a focus on Rashad Murphy. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, with assistance from U.S. Marshals, tracked Murphy's movements and pieced together his whereabouts. Their efforts led them to the Collins Preserve apartments in the Ortega area of Jacksonville. A day after the first 3 suspects were arrested, SWAT units were deployed to the Collins Preserve apartments. The SWAT team surrounded the apartment where Murphy was believed to be hiding, creating a perimeter to prevent any escape. Reports indicated that Rashad Murphy had barricaded himself inside the house with a gun to his head while on FaceTime with his girlfriend, refusing to surrender. After a tense standoff, Rashad Murphy finally surrendered just after midnight, ending the dramatic operation. But the drama didn't stop there. While in custody, Shaw Gathright attempted to make a run for it in the most ridiculous way possible. According to police records, Shaw was placed in an interview room and tried to escape custody by climbing out through the ceiling. This bizarre attempt at escape only added to the string of blunders committed by Foolio's killers. According to Foolio's mom, more arrests are inevitable. When asked if she believed more people would be arrested for what happened to her son, she responded with a confident yes. Does she know something we don't? Only time will tell. Meanwhile, if you enjoyed this video, click on the boxes playing on your screen to watch similar content.